I think a lot of people would say that worship is boring. Old people, young people, children, youth. I think it's a lot of times because worship's become rote. That's not a bad thing necessarily. Sometimes you need to go through the motions and fake it to make it. There are some weeks where you don't want to be in worship, or you're so distracted you can't participate. And it might seem boring to you at that time. But I think that what we need to do to make worship less boring, to invite participation, is to make worship a hospitable space. And by hospitable, I don't mean like setting out coffee and donuts and, putting a lot of cool cushions and couches and comfortable things, although maybe that will help. I don't know. But by hospitable, I mean sharing something with someone else and really considering what they would need to enjoy that. So when I started working with some young people to start a worship band together, we decided to come up with some ground rules for how we were going to do things, what the spirit of this was going to look like. And we came up with a great analogy. We decided that we were ants who had found a delicious picnic that was just sitting there waiting. But if we didn't go and enjoy that picnic for ourselves and then bring it back and say, hey, everyone, you should participate in this picnic, then worship would mean nothing. Without experiencing some connection ourselves first, without knowing the songs first, without having something to really share with someone, worship meant nothing, and it was really hard to get across. Once we started really learning the songs together, diving into them, starting to love them ourselves, once we started loving silence ourselves, reading scripture ourselves, then there was something we could share and open up to others. The other thing I'd say is keep it simple. So Brother Roger of Taizé has this great idea that the little bit of the gospel that you understand, that's what you should live out. And I think the same is true of worship. Worship doesn't have to be this complicated, extravagant, crazy thing. I think sometimes we build up so much that it becomes boring through the weight of all that's going on. Instead, what little can we do and do beautifully and well and lovingly? And start there. And then people, I think, will become more excited.